Another life from Nimble Foundation. Today's subject is and achieve them. A very important subject indeed for everyone. Subject. I will focus on the following. What is the definition of goals? Number two, why goals are so important in life. Then also similes about people who are not having any goals for greater understanding. Number three, what do we lose if we don't have? Number four, how do people who set goals score over others who don't have? Number five, how to set goals. Number six, what are important features of the goals? Number seven, planning. So, firstly, what are goals? What is the definition? Now, you imagine a hockey match, there are two posts, and the area in between, and the moment you hit the ball must be kicked. Of course, also with the same type. The idea or target of thoughts which a person wants to achieve. This refers to what we want to achieve in life. So that's now why goals are important in life. Setting goals help. We are often dominated by certain habits which we want to get rid of because we find that they are not useful. But once we have set our goals, the goals will set in, create a situation that these habits will be changed, and it gives momentum to life. Further, it helps to align your focus and promote your sense of self. If you have goals, not otherwise. You live by the flow. Your life depends on which you can't control. Thinking that you are in a river and you are flowing with the flow of the river. There's nothing you can do about it. If you think about a pond where there is a paper boat, now wind comes from one side, takes the paper boat into another. So likewise with the repetition, the boat keeps on moving. So the person who doesn't have, you are not focused because you. So no targets, nothing, no priorities. So these are the problems if we don't have goals, and these are the few reasons. Now, what do we lose if we don't define our goals? We lose the enthusiasm in life. We are not desirous of reaching anything. Confusion and clutter pervades the mind. 1,000 thoughts in the mind, and they create a clutter. So if you have goals, these thoughts are restricted. Mind control, etc. If you don't have goals, you sleep, you wake up, you eat, they find their prey. So likewise, you are doing something to subsist, something to look after your food, your living, etc. This also leads to lack of confidence. You do not know what you are doing, so naturally there won't be any confidence. Abound too many distractions. Unfortunately, the life is today so much of media around, so many distractions. If you don't have any reins, keep on creating. These days there is another distraction, is social media. There for you to work on every minute of the 24. You don't have any goals, you start using social media just for fun, just to pass time, and that's a bigger problem. If, of course, I don't say still there won't be any distractions. Even for routine, now even for your daily routine, without the timeline, you are always late. Must have found that habitually we are late. Habitually we are late. Not okay. Habitual procrastination. Further, if there are no lessons, so for left to struggle makes you come out, and often projects fail because of consistency, and consistency, you are not having any. It is almost impossible to focus without goals. which you must have goals. That work tends to expand, meaning if we lose, how do people who set the goals they score over others who don't? To some points, goals help clear on what you want to do. Oftentimes, without goals you want. How do you think you? It helps you goals, help you to stay motivated, enthusiastic to do. We keep on working on to us should be divided into one is routine. Routine is something which we do, or even the office routine, which something which we do daily, and that routine should not 20% of the available time should go to routine. 30% of the time should go to projects which you have already started. Balance 50% of time on new projects or how you are going to improve your productivity, life, self-development and all. This is how the time, as per the latest management psychology. The goals also help you to measure, have occasion to celebrate. Go to, if you don't have goals, they will not even know when to celebrate. If you get a lottery, then you will, but how? So goals are very important. Now, visible to you because you have written down. Then also declare these goals to your well-wishers, to mentor, enhance your commitment. And the goals will empower you to take timely action. So these are some of the things people, they do all these things, therefore they are successful. They take time to their goals, so no successful. Goals, that's very important. How to set goals. There is a tool, it's called SMART. SMART. Specific, M stands for it, R stands for those which are stands for just 1 minute. Anyway, whether they are relevant to you or not, you just have a feeling that you must be able to fly high, like goal for you. Your goal is as it is possible. Measurable. Make my it's a long-term goal, divide into smaller one, and there should be some way how you should measure them. You keep on revising, and therefore you see you keep on reviewing what is the progress, how you are measuring these. Achievable. You should not write down the goals just for the sake of feeling happy that you have written very big goals. Achievable means, yes, even when you stress, you persevere, but with achievable. You should be able to achieve. Relevant as a word, relevant, it should be relevant to you, not to somebody else. It is something which is relevant, it is important for you. Time bound. Now, this is critical. If they are only wishes, and wishes are never horses. Take these SMART goals, write down in detail. Action plan. Don't create the action plan, it will not move. Create action plan and milestones and you want to cover at different milestones. All the milestones should be, there should be no flexibility. Now, I do not say there will not be some kind of part of life. I have not met anybody in my life who doesn't commit mistake or who had not committed mistakes. Mistakes are bound to be there. Even failures are bound to be there, which leave a lot of lessons and we should learn from that. Thinking about improving the results by visualizing. Now, there is a book called Secret. Secret has given a lot of importance to visualizing. Visualizing that you have already achieved the goal. It's a very popular book throughout the world, and it definitely makes a difference if you visualize. For example, if you want to buy a Ferrari and if you see yourself sitting in the Ferrari, the color which of your choice, and driving, now if you keep on visualizing, it will definitely increase your and trigger better action. So I have already talked to you that goals should be, these goals are ready. Keep on looking, keep on reviewing, because they will definitely will prepare you to work, and you have to provide for the failures. Failures are a part of life. Failures should leave. We all understand. Now, what are the important features of the goal? There should be family goals, which means that you have to provide for the family and ensure that their health is good. Children, look after them. So this I have grouped as family goals. This also you should write down. This requires a plan of action. Financial goals, you must provide for some emergency funds. Unexpected things happen. Nobody could ever imagine that many people will lose the job. The businesses will also become very slow and things like that. Now, emergency funds are required to be made. Keep them for your time, for your hard times. But definitely you should create. Then, if your retirement plan, again, you require money. If you want to buy a big villa or something, so you have to provide. Those are your financial goals. Your children education and the expenses also constitute your. Then social goals. You should have some social goals. Donate a portion, small portion, whatever you can. Percent, but whatever you feel is possible and you can do it happily, do that. Donate. Volunteer. Become a mentor. Community and contribute. So these are the things which you can do as a part of your social goals. Hobby goals also, I put a lot of emphasis on hobby goals. Hobby goals are also very important. They make your life full. And there can be many hobbies like read as many books as possible, but read to secure certain. Cooking is another very good hobby. You can make some nice dishes. It will please your family. Painting is yet another hobby, and so is have a bent of literary feeling, or if you can write, nothing like it, because written things are made forever. Spiritual goals. We all know that nobody is going to have some spiritual goals, whichever religion you belong, your community. Earlier there was some parliament of religions, because basically it is felt all the religions at one particular aspect, it is the same. Basically, they will teach the same things, and you should spend some time to now. Then there are careers. If you have already chosen, well, otherwise, and even people who retire, I think this is time, this is an era where people should not retire. I've seen some people start working late at evening of their life. For example, Kentucky Fried Chicken, that he started when he was 65, and how it grew. He started at the age of 65 and it grew into a big business. Health goals are very important. Most important, and it should be put as number one. And what are there in health goals? You should eat balanced diet, healthy food, maintain your weight, and whenever necessary, go to the doctor, but as far as possible, there should not be any need. Now, planning and achieving the goals, where whatever are stuff, focus on the long term happiness, not all short goals. Tap your potential, discover your purpose of life, significance of life. Then don't assume money will make you happy. No, it's not like that. Money is undoubtedly important in life, but money is not all. Because if you consider money is all important, then it will lead to greed. And greed always results in disaster. There's only one end to greed, and that is a disaster. Make sure that these goals are not just wishes, they are definite, specific for which you are working hard. Visualize the results. This is what that the book Secret highly recommends. Then breaking the goals into smaller pieces will make them measurable. Tap into other people's potential, other people's energy. How? Remain among the positive people who are action oriented, people who are not negative thinking, negative thinkers. Get organized, keep on reviewing. Keep the big picture in view. This is very, don't get so much engrossed in nitty gritties that you forget about the big picture. It is the big picture which is important. And don't worry about what you can't do. What is beyond your control, don't worry about it. Because with all the challenges and duty that we want to perform, that is life. So we have to understand what life is and work accordingly. Seek out the positive information. Today we know that every information is just at the tip of your finger. But always try habitually to look for the positive information. And keep on reminding yourself why you set the goals. If you keep on reminding, it will definitely heighten, enhance your desire to meet your goals. The most important thing is be consistent. Whatever we have talked, it is all very good only if we are consistent in these efforts. Now, friends, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can send these questions on email. We will, of course, leave the number also. So it's very nice that you have given me an opportunity to talk to you. Thank you very much. Good night.